So, hi, welcome to Splat Interviews. I'm Knox. I'm here with.
I'm Bagel. I'm from Starburst, their support player.
Yeah. So, how's Starburst been going for you lately? How's that been?
Recently we're just on break right now.
That's fair.
Nobody really likes the game.
And
It's really like stale and like I don't know, just it's just really better now. But we're hanging in there.
that's fair. Okay, going off of that, what do you think of like the tournament that Good Ideas Only just run and like the one Kyo's about to run?
I think they're really interesting actually.
Yeah?
But I'd like to see more tournaments like that, especially like Keels or like advanced Charger because Charger kind of lame.
I do
Like if
agree.
if pencil if pencil's not good, then Charger's gonna be busted.
Yeah, it's nice to, and also Splatlinks can't get used if there's a charger on the map, which is
Exactly, like
devastating. I admittedly have a bias for watching Charger gameplay, but that's purely because I got into Splatoon, like competitive Splatoon, entirely through watching Brian while he played for Ghost Gaming.
oh, Brian's great.
Yeah, Brian is yeah, who I got into the game from. Used to watch literally every stream he did back a while ago. So on that note, what got you into comp?
Streams as well, but like from more casual, smaller streamers, and that's how I met like a couple of my friends. I even still talk to them. That was like back in like 20, I don't know, 2015. I think it's been definitely a while now.
Nice. And do you remember like what specifically pushed you into the idea of playing competitive?
The streamer I actually watched, they had a team, and like I really wanted to join, but they had like an age limit like of 18 and plus.
Well,
I was like 14 at the time, so.
the
But
class.
eventually they took me in, even though I was like really young.
And do you remember what your first tournament was?
Uh, I think it was like at like 4 or 5 a.m. I don't even know like what term it was exactly, but I remember just waking up like really early and then like my mom got mad at me after, and we like lost like first round too. But like I don't know, we just played Salmon after.
You know, that is the classic first tournament experience, I think.
Yeah,
Of, well, that went badly. It was our first tournament. Do we
yeah.
really care? Because it's, at least to me, for my first tournament, it was a big, like, just, oh, that's not that scary. I could do that again.
It was a horrible first experience. It was fun after in Salmon.
Yeah, that's the important part of those early teams is just figuring out how to bond and have fun, I think.
Exactly.
So we talked about this a little bit before we started, but you came up through the SAC circuit. And you mentioned that you don't remember a ton about it, but I'd love to hear what you do remember about it.
So my team was called Fourth Dimension. And I was actually on the team with Taco. I don't know if you know Taco or not.
I am aware of Taco, and I have friends that know Taco very well.
Uh,
I mean, you heard me talk about Crimson a second ago.
that's true.
um,
It was like Taco and like another player, Ricky. They used to play a lot with Kiwi the Bamboo, and I don't know. We somehow just won our first tournament that we played in there.
yeah, from
And
the stories I've heard of it, you guys kind of just destroyed everyone else.
yeah, it was just like right away. I like did not expect it to just be like that.
You know, sometimes you show up and you're better than everyone else if you're you. Not an experience I think most people have had, but I'm sure it was a pretty fun one.
It was definitely fun. And I remember they did like an all stars thing where like people voted on a player from each team, and I got voted on to it, and I also won that one.
Nice. Now, also out of memory, you were one of the first not players in the West.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So, what originally drew you to the weapon? Just out of sheer curiosity.
Well, before whenever I like, 'cause I took like a really long break after my first team because like I was kind of more into Smash at the time.
Oh,
So I think Ultimate or Smash 4, I forgot which one came out.
uh,
But
50-50 at that point, I think.
yeah, I was playing Ten Umbrella first. That was like my first like main when I came back. But then I saw a dude play Nautilus like in one of his like videos. It was like in the background, like he wasn't even like talking about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that one exists. So then I just played it in solo, and I was just getting like 20 kills each game. Like, and I was just like, this weapon's kind of good. I just kept playing it.
In Splatoon 2, it was definitely a beast of a weapon to contend with.
Exactly.
Still a beast in this game. I think especially in low level, it should see more play than it does because it's kind of make a Splatling a shooter.
Yeah, it's definitely still really good, especially in low level.
Yeah. I think without pencil, there's a place for it in higher level play. So if we actually go through with this no more pencil stuff, maybe it'll see some more use. But its
Maybe,
kits,
maybe.
its kits are not the strongest.
It still has to compete with like Squeezer and
Yeah. Yeah. Squeezer is just, if you don't want to give yourself carpal tunnel, not a great option.
That's true.
But I've known so many brush players that are just like, yeah, I could probably play Squeezer, and they're probably the most right people I've ever heard. They've all stopped playing the game though.
Really?
Yeah. I have a friend that plays Ink Rush, doesn't really play right now, currently is very into a different game. But had to play on PS4 controllers because they would break the pro cons too fast.
Oh my god.
Built different, They one of their stories about their early time in the game was they showed up to Raze's stream just on accident at one point, and people were talking about X Power, and they were like, "Yeah, I've only got 2,900," and Raze was like, "That's high," and they were like, "Oh, interesting."
Oh, that is very high.
Yeah, for Splatoon 2 especially, they had done it on Styx Brush, which like
Oh,
good for them.
yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely something.
yeah, people are so fascinating. I genuinely just love hearing all the different stories about how people get into the game and how they experience it. Um, but on the note of Smash, just because I'm always curious, who did you main in Smash?
In Smash 4, I played Villager. I was
Villager?
really heavy on Villager, Pac-Man, and Wii Fit. I just the projectile characters.
That's fair. They seem fun. I know a lot about Smash for sure, and don't just ask because I like hearing the character names next to each other for sure. I just think Smash is a very it is cool that it gets a competitive scene. Don't get me wrong. I think it is a very funny game. I think it is funny to see Pac-Man next to Fox. I think that's funny.
But yeah, that was a really big part of like me back then. I didn't do comp. I think did like a tournament or two, but like lost right away and never did again. It
Yes.
was
Yeah, Smash seems demoralizing to say the least.
definitely. Yeah, I got humbled real quick.
Yeah, especially getting into Splatoon in this day and age because you can take those low level tournaments. You can usually find at least a team you can take not a set off of, but a game off of early on, and I think that helps a lot mentally for new
Yeah,
players
definitely.
rather than just going in and going, "Well, last place it is." Which somebody's got to get last place. That is how it works. Sadly, somebody does have to. But also, it doesn't feel good.
You lose as a team.
You do lose as a team, and sometimes it'll destroy your team. um, I remember my first tournament that I ever went into for Splatoon. The only goal my team set was don't get last. And we did succeed at not getting last.
That's a good motivation thing.
Yeah, I think I think figuring out what motivates your team and what motivates you as a player is always important. So what motivates you as a player typically?
um, I really like theory crafting, like comps and stuff.
Yeah.
I just really like how some weapons you can like use. Like I don't know how to explain this really well. I'm saying like a lot, but
It's okay.
uh, for example, like blob or something. I
Yeah.
like to think of a comp for it and think what like works with it and maybe test it out. But other than that, I just like trying to get better,
That's fair.
trying to
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So on the note of theory crafting, What's what's if you could make any weapon work in the meta, like whatever changes it would need to have, what weapon would you want to make happen the most?
Ooh, that's a really good question. um, Probably reflux. I really like reflux as a weapon, and it's really good in Turf War, but it just it's just not working out in all modes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but something about it just needs to change.
Do you think there is a way of improving it that would not just jump it to immediately broken? Because that's what I struggle with the idea of reflux. Because it's like any change you make to it feels like it's on the verge of broken.
I'm not too sure. Maybe like buff missiles again.
Not that.
Just a little bit, just a little bit, not too much.
Bagel,
Missiles
please.
are really mid right now.
They are, but I can't go back to commentating double missile. I can't live like that again.
Would you rather commentate double Zuka?
Yeah, because Zuka quads are funny sometimes to commentate. They're not
So
fun to play. Like, I will
yeah,
argue that double missile armor was better to play into. It was worse to commentate.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like my what I want for a meta for commentary and playing are different sometimes, which is always hard to explain to people. Like, no, I liked playing double missile armor. I thought it was fun to play. If I have to commentate it ever again, I'm going to lose my mind. It was the same game
It
every
was
time.
it was definitely something like really boring to watch.
And it was commentating, it was just, oh, they've popped missile. There's their armor. They're going to move up. There's their next missile. Oh, and they went down. We're going to see the other team do the exact same thing now. And now we're going to see a ray or a booyah bomb. That's it. There are 4 shooters on the map. Oh, this time they brought out a squeezer, which is unironically the best weapon in the game, but nobody plays because it's too hard for some reason.
Yeah, that's true.
um and it just was especially because back then I wasn't commentating like high level tournaments ever. It was just commentating over not well executed double missile armor was like, I could fix this in my sleep. I can see every mistake you're making. Just use your specials at the right time and you win. Please, it's Splatoon 2.
That's what I liked about it though. It was just like a really team orientated.
Yeah. I mean, I loved playing armor back then. I was a junior main for 5 years of my life. I liked being an armor player a lot. I liked knowing that I could contribute to the team. I liked being able to help out in team fights. I liked being able to play cleanup. But there is nothing more boring to commentate. No, that's not true. Having to commentate over Triple Crab Machine for Nintendo was a low point in my life.
I love that meta though.
I liked playing that meta, being like, "Oh, this is what I'm commentating for Nintendo themselves." My one opportunity to do this, probably.
This is what they created.
This is what they've done to me? Oh, okay. And then 90 seed. Like, the only time ever Nines had internet issues during a tournament was when I was commentating with him. Uh, it was fun, though. It was such a cool experience. I loved it. If they ever ask me to do it again, it's a yes without a second thought. Um,
The
Hopefully not triple crab, though. Hopefully not triple crab on Flounder Height with a machine just acting as an anchor underneath the grates. Some images get permanently etched into your brain, it turns out. I like when machine's strong, though. I think machine's fun.
It's definitely not fun to fight it though.
No, no, not at all.
Especially during crab meta, like oh my god. As a splash, it was so hard to just fight it.
Yeah, especially because that was before it had, like, any of the nerfs it needed.
Yeah, it was so fast at killing.
Yeah, and they gave it like, a lot of the weapons in this game, they're like, "What if we just gave it Fizzy Bomb?" And it's like, "Why did you give that one Fizzy Bomb? That one didn't need Fizzy Bomb."
Especially at the start of the game.
Yeah. Why does
Way better than everything else.
why does Ballpoint have Fizzy Bomb? Genuine question. Why'd they give
I
it
was
that?
I was a hater on it. I wasn't believing in it. I was like, it doesn't make sense, but it worked out.
It's almost like Fizzy Bomb is one of the best sub weapons in the game, if not the best, strangely. Do you have any opinions on best sub weapon?
uh, Probably Fizzy.
Yeah, there's kind of one
Fizzy,
answer.
Splat Bomb, Suction Bomb,
Yeah,
maybe Splat Bomb. I mean,
yeah. Poor Torpedo. It had its little bit of time in S2 before getting destroyed.
it's definitely an interesting sub weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it let Kensa Undercover Brella be playable for a whole 2 weeks.
I never played that meta. I'm so sad. I love Undercover.
It's so fun. It's such a funny little weapon. I genuinely wish its second kit didn't have splatter screens so that I could use it more. Um, because I love Torpedo with Undercover so much. I think it's the like if Undercover was good, it could handle Pencil, you know?
Maybe.
It is the anti-charger weapon in S2 at least. Because you had armor, you had torpedo, you had a shield. How many times must they hit you? Then again, Splatoon 2 was just no charger allowed the game.
Which
By
was
the end. By the end.
I hope that happens again.
We might be making it happen, it seems like. Sometimes the devs don't get you what you give you what you want, and Kyo goes, "What if we just don't use them?" And Popgun also goes, "What if we just don't allow well, Popgun's only getting rid of pencil specifically, but you know, surely, surely the other chargers don't see play. They will. They outrange everything.
They definitely will. There's no armor or missiles. Or
Yeah, yeah. There's also like less lethals being played is something I've noticed.
yeah, there's just not many weapons with like good subs.
No, except for Fizzy. They sure handed out Fizzy.
Yeah, really, really well.
What are your thoughts on Tri Nouveau having Fizzy? This is a very genuine question.
Before it was really like good before the nerfs.
Hmm.
Right now, it's kind of balanced, I think. Nobody's really using it besides like maybe in Turf 4.
Yeah,
But whenever it first came out, that kit was really good, and I thought it was better than Zap for sure.
yeah. Oh, what are your thoughts on Zap versus Heavy Edit as the main, like, cooler for a team?
I honestly really don't believe in editing,
Interesting.
especially in this meta at least, because like the pencil, like what are you gonna do as an
Okay,
edit?
take the charger out of the equation. We've destroyed chargers.
It's still a maybe because like you're still fighting against a squeezer and a stamper, maybe even range blaster.
That's fair.
They're just really hard matchups for edit, but
Yeah,
it still works somehow. And I don't know how, but it's there. It's definitely an option you can do.
that's fair. I am on Heavy Edit Copium, because I think it feels fun when you play it.
It is fun. I've been playing it a little bit more recently because I actually might be playing it tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. So just to add context, because this won't be out in time for Kyo's tournament.
Oh yeah.
Kyo's tournament is tomorrow. The one that's getting rid of Pencil, one Zuka per team, and a few other things. A few,
And
and
Charger.
yeah, Charger in general, other than Squiffer, Bamboo, Goo.
Nobody's using those.
I think Bamboo could cook. It won't. I think it could though.
I actually do really like Bamboo. I believe in it.
I like Killer Whale a lot. Um,
Me too.
I think it's really good in team play situations. I think it's not that good in solo queue, but I think in team play, it's good.
Double whale is like actually good. It's so annoying to fight against.
Can you elaborate on why that is?
They're just spamming whale like there's like everywhere.
So what you're saying is people should be running Ink Rush for whale.
Yeah, that's what Robbie's been doing with
Yeah.
they've been doing bamboo and ink brush and they've just been spamming double whale.
Oh, that is kind of toxic. I
it's, just,
respect
it's
it.
just constant like chip damage. You're always like not full health.
It's missiles, but different.
Slightly worse. Actually, not slightly. Way worse.
Drastically.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's drastically worse, so we don't want S2 missiles back. I know we were both like, it's better than what we currently got, but also it's still bad. Also, this is a question. How much do you think we're going to get third kits?
Um, I don't. I feel like we're just getting like maybe half of them. I don't think we're gonna get every single weapon.
Oh, you have so much more faith in the devs than me.
It's either that or they're just gonna stop at the next season and then just like add new kits for the new weapons and that's it.
That's what I think they might do, which would be sad and
Yeah,
devastating
that's
because
that's, that's more likely.
it's got I mean, the name's got Splatoon 3 in it. They should do 3 kits.
That's too much work for them.
They've done 3 kits for other things in the past. uh, I've seen people theorizing that like Splatoon 4 is going to launch with the Switch 2 or whatever they think it's going to be, which we just got Splatoon 3. They could finish Splatoon 3.
This game is really unfinished.
Yeah. I love Splatoon to death. I am critiquing it because I love it. It has so many problems though.
I've been saying we should have somebody like make a mod pack for it and just like we just play on that instead of the main game. Just like Project M or something.
That's fair. It's just really hard to mod switches.
Yeah.
The Switch the Switch does not want to be modded, and so many of us have changed to OLEDs that it's even harder now. Also, because a lot of those early Switches, their batteries just those are balloons that could kill you.
I still have my old Switch from like 2017.
My stepdad has mine. um, but yeah, do you have any like favorite memories from your time playing the game?
Definitely the people and the lands especially.
Yeah, the lands are they're so great. I should be making it to LTC this year, which I'm really excited about. I
Oh,
love
me
that
too.
one.
I'll be there.
Nice. It's such a good one. It's the fire pit's important.
I've only actually been there like maybe once or twice.
That's fair. I am old enough to drink and have a good time by the fire pit.
I'm about to be old enough in April, so like
Oh,
soon.
you'll be able to drink at LTC.
Yep, I'll be there at the fire pit drinking.
You know, you gotta have at least one drink by the fire pit or it's not LTC. I guess. Sure. If you're a minor, don't drink at LTC, please. Don't get in trouble. Make safe choices. Do you have a favorite like tournament win? Because you've had a lot. It's a big question of do you have a favorite?
If I gotta be honest, I don't remember like any of them. But like the one that sticks out to me probably is PAX.
That's
PAX West or East. I don't know which one. Either or.
PAX is PAX. I understand. But yeah, I imagine getting to be there with your teammates in person makes a big difference for a win like that.
Yeah, it was definitely really fun. I think I like Seattle more because some of my other friends also went.
Nice. I have never had a tournament win, and that's fine with me. At this point, because at this point it's like, well, at least I'm a good commentator. I'll take my one win. Pretty sure it helped me get into grad school, so I'll take it. Let me see. Oh, do you have a like overall favorite weapon to play, not considering like meta or anything, other than reflux?
um, a lot of the bad weapons are the ones that like because like for some reason I'm really good on bad weapons. It's been like a running joke with like some of the other players where if I'm a good on a weapon then it's like it's bad. Like that's just my buff I have, but I like Dread Ringer, you know.
Nice. I think I've seen you pull out Dynamo more than once.
Oh yeah, that was like one of my first mains, and yeah, I think it's still pretty good.
Preference between the two kits currently out?
Sadly the colder one.
Look, it's hard to go wrong with Cooler. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Too good.
It is, but at least it's like it's not too good in the way armor was, where at least Cooler makes you run in and do it and do something goofy or dumb, and commentators can laugh at you a little bit. Not you specifically, but people in general.
It
You
does that. If it like some really weird situations.
Yeah. One of my favorite things is getting K-bot to commentate lower level events with me. Um, because between sets, K-bot will just yell a little bit, which is amusing to me because it's K-bot's commentated only top level pretty much his entire career, versus me who went, I'll start at Little Squig League and then I'll do my low inks and my SOSs, and then oops, Nintendo wants to talk to me. um, which is fun and very cool. And I love commentating top level, and I get to learn a lot commentating top level. But there is something endearing about watching people learn to play the game to me. You actually coached a team I was on once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ain't I?
The one with Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I do remember that one. I only 2 or 3 coaching things.
That's fair. It was a long time ago at this point.
Yeah.
But it was fun. That team was a good time. Glad to see a lot of people are still around from it.
I would coach again, but kind of sucked at it. I'm not gonna lie. I had like no idea what to say.
That's fair. The only reason I've never coached Splatoon. I've coached volleyball and taught people to ride horses. um, so I understand the fundamentals of teaching. And I think it would be fun to coach Splatoon, but also like I'm a commentator and probably don't have the right insights. But I don't know. I think Splatoon's obviously we both must think this to some degree that Splatoon's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, it is.
It's bad, but also the idea is good.
They just gotta run with it more.
At least it's not Foam Stars.
I have like not even heard about that game really. Only like once, maybe. I don't know how it's doing.
I mean, Splatoon team went in and just won a tournament for it without doing a ton of practice. So I think that says a lot. My big issue with Foam Stars, other than it being like not very ethical, is it's physically hard to look at. Like it's painful. I don't know if you've ever watched any like gameplay or seen the videos of it, but the colors hurt.
Yeah, it's like really, really bright.
You're a Splatoon player saying that. Imagine how normal people feel.
It's like when they're a pre-patch screen, I think. Kind of
Yeah, pre-patch screen
bright.
was bad and hurt. Pre-patch screen was not good.
Not good for anybody.
No. What was your first experience with it like?
I was like scrimming jackpot with it, I think. I
Mm.
was playing cover. It was really bad. I was releasing like every game, but I don't know. Like they also played Squeezer, I think, so they also had screen, but I just never ran into it. So I was
Smart.
like, oh, this special is really bad because I'm not running into it. Like then what?
But then if you did run into it back then, you could just get a migraine.
I mean, I was pencil, so I was never running into it. Good luck to my team.
Not your problem though. GG. I was at the peak of maybe I'll play a skirmish then. So I was running into it a lot and ow. It was I don't have like I have a few like sensory things and most of mine are sound based. So I actually still don't love screen. The sound is bad to me.
Yeah.
But it did used to just be an actual health hazard.
I remember like I didn't run into it and I still wanted to see the thing, so I just purposely ran into it like a couple of times just to see it.
You got to know what it does.
Yeah.
Got to know if you should cook with it. So one last reflux question because it's still bouncing around in my brain. What would your dream reflux kit be?
um, Probably cooler because it's so good right now.
Yeah.
Cooler burst bomb
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
or fizzy, but
Yeah.
I think burst bomb because the combo is just probably really good.
Yeah, I can imagine because you don't need like any extra damage after the reflux tap shot. It's a 90 already.
Exactly.
Horrifying. Oh, you could do sprinkler combos with that.
Oh wow. I don't think I would want that though.
No, that is usually if I cook about a comp, I go, "What's the funniest thing I could do?" I'll do anything for the bit, which is not useful in building a good comp. But I think if I was running a meme comp tourney, I could make funny situations happen whether players want it or not. Um, I'm a big proponent of be silly, be goofy. It's Splatoon.
Do what you want.
Sadly, right now it is be serious. It is Splatoon. There is pencil.
There's only like 2 comps now.
Yeah, I do. I could genuinely see. This is the first time that I've been like, I could actually see a weapon ban happening for real.
I mean, JP has been making it work though. They've been doing like edit junior comps or something like that.
I think at this point we just need to accept that NA and JP are not compatible scenes a lot of the time.
Yeah,
We are playing different games somehow,
it's completely different.
which is cool in its own way, but unfortunate for Jackpot right now as they are prepping.
They're fighting. They're trying to prep against junior edit.
I mean, it's the option. I respect it. I'm excited to see how Worlds goes. I think I know how I expect it to go, but I'd love to be wrong.
It's gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah. Also, always exciting to get to see Nine commentate. Just the amount of research Nine does is incredible.
Nine is always great on commentating.
Yeah. It's also always fun to see for like non-Nintendo tournaments what new commentators are climbing the ranks and stuff. I always enjoy seeing who's around. Now this is one more pretty heavy hitting question for you. What kind of let me rephrase that. Do you ever listen to tournaments with the commentary on?
Uh,
I won't be offended. I
do
don't
I do I
usually.
do.
Oh, okay. You have a favorite
But
pair?
I really like Nine and K-Bot, of course.
Yeah,
Rissa's also good.
Riss is great.
I can't really think of any other commentators. I'm not gonna lie, but
That's very valid.
I usually don't watch it with the audio on, but that's because I'm watch partying. But if I'm just like watching by myself, then I do listen to it.
I always love when Osty hops on mic for Splatoon. He doesn't do it very often, but it's really fun when he does. Because he's usually a Smash and Multiverses commentator, but he's so funny. He's so fast and witty and funny. So when he graces Splatoon with his presence, I'm always grateful. I do think Falco's also a really good commentator. People don't bring up Falco very often, but Falco's really great. And also just like I'm sure you're aware, but does like a lot of the Ludi tourney streaming and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Falco does a lot for the scene, and I appreciate that a lot because I could never TO. I would get eaten alive.
Yeah.
Players are scary.
They really are sometimes.
I don't want to get yelled at.
You gotta yell back.
I do not do that. I I have worked with children for years. I don't need to work with teenagers playing Splatoon.
That's worse.
I don't know if it's worse than putting a 2-year-old on a horse. That's very young to be on a horse.
That is very young.
I will say, at least with Splatoon, there is very little risk of real physical injury to people. So that's a huge win to me.
Did anything ever happen whenever you did that?
No, actually. I had one kid fall off ever back when I was like 19, might have been 20. Um it was and this same kid fell off like 3 times because they didn't listen to a word I said. And at that point, that's all on them. That's not my fault. If you fall off 3 times because you don't listen to the instructions, I don't think that's my fault as an instructor anymore, actually.
Yeah, probably not.
All they had to do was sit up straight. They kept being like, what if I curl up forward into a ball? Which, if you think of the physics of it, just isn't going to work out great. But it's hard to explain that concept to, I don't know, they were at most 9. They don't know physics yet then. They hadn't watched enough Mythbusters.
They barely know math.
Math is hard.
It really is.
I don't
The
do
higher
that.
up you go.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Any final thoughts you want to say about Splatoon? Just anything you want to say about the game other than pencil is annoying?
Um, I just want more change, really, more like drastic
Yeah.
changes. Because like at least in S2, some weapons just they got really interesting buffs.
Yeah.
Like Swiffer, Flings got like a lot of buffs to its vertical paint.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other ones, but there were some interesting buffs.
I
And I
mean,
just
Ray's original buff
uh,
was sure interesting. Good is not the word I'd use, but interesting is for sure.
yeah, it definitely helped it. And I just want to see more of that where like they just change it to where it's really good and honestly maybe even busted.
You want the
Because
meta to become a bunch of ballers temporarily again. Got it.
yeah, it will be funny.
It was funny. It was
like
funny to watch bumper cars.
like triple try whenever you got that buff
Huh.
or like
Yeah,
something game breaking. It would just be funny.
it would be funny. I do agree that it is always funny when they do a game breaking thing. I'll give them credit that they've gotten better at not breaking their game, but also
But
maybe they
they're
should.
just too scared.
They're cowards a little bit now. Not a little bit, a lot. Why haven't they? They just need to destroy Pencil. They never manage. They're not very good at. Well, not really. You should just buff other things to make them better, technically in game balancing, from what I understand. But I don't think there's a way of making Splatlings work against Pencil.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
No, Chargers are really just anti-Splatling, the weapon class.
That's what happens when you put like any sniper in any game.
So what I'm hearing is we shouldn't put snipers in games anymore.
Maybe, or maybe like make it headshots or something. I don't
Only Squiffer allowed, only trick shots.
know.
Unless you're going to do the coolest clip I've ever seen, you cannot play Charger, actually. The new Squiffer kit is pretty fun. I don't want to play it, but I think the clips are funny.
I haven't really played that much, but it does look fun.
I'm mad about the new E-Leader kit. I would prefer it wasn't in the game.
Mad as in like it's bad to you, or like
No, it has beacons. I don't want E-Leader to have beacons.
I was about to say because it's like really annoying a fight. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Let's like other than Pencil, the most annoying thing to you right now? Well, I guess Zuka. I guess I don't need to ask that question.
Yeah, Zuka is so annoying. Like
Yeah.
I really think it's worse than Ray, and people were mad about me on Twitter about that.
Well, Ray was. I am a Stingray defender, so I
It just
thought,
has more options to like live it than Zuka.
yeah, and also you can move way more with Zuka.
Yeah,
Sure, Ray was going across the whole map, and at one point worked with thermal ink, and at one point you could do from in your spawn, but that's fine.
it just had a bad reputation.
No, I think there was a point
Bad
where it was
game.
genuinely so broken that it did mess up the game.
Yeah.
They did have to destroy Splat Charger into the ground about it. Because at one point, Splat Charger could also paint. You remember that?
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan made that weapon look so fun.
There was a lot of good Charger players back then.
There were. And then you just see Kaji play against them and somehow make it work, and it was wild.
Somehow.
I mean, playing Splatling into that is wild.
It really is.
Genuinely, I don't know if you've ever gone back and watched those old VODs, but Kaji was just better at Ray than everyone else.
I think I got into comp like as soon as Kaji left.
Yeah, I was at my peak of watching, or like just consuming without playing, right when Ghost Gaming and Kraken Paradise were at their peaks and just fighting each other in grands all the time. Good times. I That is my personal favorite era of Splatoon. Do I think it is the best metas? No, but the narratives were cool. The narratives right now are also really cool.
I think my personal favorite was like Sayonara for the win. I
Mm.
think and like it was just some like other teams. It was like a lot of teams.
It wasn't the period where Starburst was just destroying everyone?
That was before.
That's fair.
It was I think Ice. It was like right when like Ice left for the win. I think
Yeah.
so. It was just like that long break of like anybody could be good right now.
That's
But
fair.
in Sayonara, we were running like K Pro knowledge shot. No armor. It was really bad, but we were somehow making it work.
You know, as long as you were having fun.
Exactly.
What do you think the most important element of a team is?
um, Probably just know your roles and maybe stick to them.
That's very fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Um, do you have any socials you want to plug? Any events you want to talk about? Any things you're excited about?
um. Well, my socials are at AngleBagel on Twitter and Twitch. I mean, not Twitch, Twitter and YouTube. You know, I don't upload. And my Twitch is bagel on underscore SPL. And I haven't streamed in like since last year, but maybe eventually.
Yeah, really great having you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.